Your Tinder opener. It can be make or break. Look, if you're a guy and you've been using Tinder or any dating app for a while, you would know that sending off an opener can sometimes be pretty disheartening. It's definitely one of the main things that my clients do ask about. And that's because a lot of attention is put on it, and a lot of the time you'll get that match, you get all excited, you send the opener, but then radio silence, you never hear from them.
No one's replying to me.
And that's because there are a lot of things that you should do and definitely a lot of things that you shouldn't do when it comes to sending an opener. And it's just essentially like your first hurdle to get over. But the good news is with a little bit of help, you can definitely easily get over that hurdle and then get onto the good stuff, which I believe is actually having a conversation that leads to a date. And then you won't have to put so much worry into your opener. But look, before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, my name is Steve from dudehack.com and I'm an online dating coach for men. And at Dude Hack, we help guys drastically transform their online dating lives. So if that's something that interests you, consider subscribing or taking our free quiz down below. But today is all about running through some Tinder opener must-dos to ensure you're getting that reply. So let's get into it right now.
Is everyone ready?
Now, before I start diving into those must-dos, a lot of these concepts and exact examples of how to use them are covered in my online dating video course, Hook Her Heart, which is linked down in the description below. We're going to get into exactly what that covers and what that course is a little bit later on. And on top of that, after this video, if you do want to watch the Tinder opener don'ts that you definitely should not do, they're rookie mistakes that every guy makes, go and watch this video. But for now, let's jump straight into those must-dos. Now, personally, the number one thing I think that every opener most of the time needs to do is personalize. If you're not sure what personalizing is, it's essentially taking a part of their profile and crafting your opener based on that. Just think, could I copy and paste this opener to every single girl? If so, then your opener isn't personalized. Now, going very quickly over the process that I feel you should do that we cover in a lot of detail in Hook Her Heart, essentially what you should look out for in her profile is something called a cue. Now, a cue could literally be anything that you've pulled from her profile, whether it's the way she's standing in a photo, something that's consistent in all photos, a t-shirt that a friend is wearing in the background, some other thing going on in the background in the photo. Literally anything that you can think of could be a cue. So it's really important that when you do look at your match's profile, that you look deeply and carefully and just think if there is anything that jumps out to you that you could use. Then you want to craft your opener based on that. Now, to me, that's the most important number one lesson, but still, let's run through some other must-dos when it comes to your opener. Number one, check your spelling and grammar. There is so much research out there to show that a lot of women are turned off by bad spelling or bad grammar, and setting yourself up on the very worst foot right out the gates isn't the best way to go about it. So just do a little bit of a once over and check your spelling and grammar. Number two, read her bio, look at her Spotify artist, and just take in her whole profile carefully. Now, this ties into personalizing, but on top of that, it gives you the best idea of what sort of personality you're dealing with, who she is as a person, and that can only help when you are crafting your opener. Next, be entertaining. You want to try your best to stand out from every single other boring guy out there. One thing I see all the time is guys revert back to a safe opener because maybe they've tried some stuff in the past that didn't quite land, and they think, you know what, okay, I'm just going to go back to saying hi or hey, how are you, and say that to every single girl I match with and just play the numbers game and hopefully I get some responses. Safe is boring. Be as entertaining as you can be. If all of a sudden your match comes across your opener and it makes her laugh or it stands out, congratulations, you are one step ahead of literally 99% of guys on Tinder. On that same note, make it fun. Online dating should be fun. It shouldn't be the serious, boring thing where the girl is answering the same questions over and over again. Whether it's a little challenge or a fun game right out the gates, try to make it fun. An example could be if you're traveling or you match with someone that's clearly not from the same country as you are, you could throw out a bit of a challenge and ask something like, hey, let me guess where you're from. Give me 3 guesses. Like, that's already just a little bit of a game. It's going to be more fun than a boring, hey, how are you type question. Or just coming right out and asking, hey, where are you from? Next, keep it classy. For some reason, I see it from a lot of guys out there that they'll feel because it's Tinder, you have free reign to be a little bit sexual and a little bit, well, gross. This is something that annoys me so much when guys will be like, well, doesn't she know what this app is for? That's not what the app is just for. Sure, that's one of the reasons. But you're an idiot if you think that everybody on Tinder that can just go ahead and be sexual because, well, that's what this dating app's for. In this day and age, on that dating app specifically, there are a lot of people that aren't looking for something casual, or maybe they're open to it, but if you just come right out the gates and you're like that, you're shooting yourself in the foot. On that note, I did just finish a video on how to answer what you were looking for on Tinder. That's a question a lot of girls will ask sometimes. And if you answer that question just coming right out of the gate and saying you're looking for a hookup, you're going to turn off the majority of women that are even looking for a hookup. That's because coming right out of the gates and being sexual is the worst thing that you can do and turns women off. So definitely don't do it in your opener. Next, take risks. And the risks I mean is just kind of like poking fun at your match or saying something that you are kind of like second guessing. Nothing sexual though, remember, but also remember you're not going to get anywhere with just playing it safe. So if you can walk that fine line and definitely not be rude, but just take a bit of a risk and maybe tease or poke fun at your match in a certain way, then again, you are going to stand out from 99% of guys. Now, this is something, again, we go into great detail on how to do exactly in Hook or Heart, but one of the examples that I've used recently before I was in a relationship is I matched with a girl who was really cute, really pretty. She's probably got guys constantly complimenting her or being boring. And in one of her photos, she was dressed completely in orange. And my opener was to say, hey, you kind of look like a traffic cone in that photo. Now, there's a lot of guys watching this that probably would have never taken a risk like that and said something that could have been perceived as like kind of rude. So definitely a little bit risky, but the response I got was like, ha 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 ha, like heaps of laughing, because this girl probably has never been told things like that. But I wasn't coming out and like negging her or saying that she was ugly or anything like that. It was just some light teasing. And if you're taking risks and you're not molding yourself to be like how you think you need to be on these dating apps, that confidence will be sniffed out from every girl that you are speaking to. There's a couple more to go through, guys, but first, just a quick word from today's sponsor. So just a very short break for today's sponsor, and today's sponsor is me. Now, the channel is supported 100% by just myself. We don't have any external sponsors. With that being said, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, which is Hook Her Heart. I've developed this groundbreaking new course which teaches you everything you would need to know about online dating from A to Z. It's called Hook Her Heart, the modern gentleman's guide to attracting, entertaining, and retaining high quality women. In my new jam-packed 5-module course, I'll walk you through some of the most vital concepts like how to build a good physique, exactly what to eat, whether you want to lean up or gain some muscle, my methodology for upgrading your look from grooming to a whole wardrobe transformation, a fresh overhaul to an attractive, intriguing dating profile, my exact process for optimizing your pictures to get way more matches, my best openers that get interested responses from women, live breakdowns of magnetic conversations, my core methodologies, and the 6 pillars of conversation, what to do on the date to give her an amazing experience, and the smoothest, most natural way to escalate towards your end goal, plus so much more inside the course, and 3 awesome bonuses that you'll get for free if you sign up before my special introductory price expires. So if you are serious about transforming your dating life and you want to learn literally everything you would ever need to, well then click the link down in the description below so you can get the special introductory price offer that's not going to be available for long. Now that's it for today's sponsor. Back to the video. Now next is to tone check your openers. Just read back your openers and just make sure that things couldn't be taken out of context or the wrong way. And if you're worried about that, you could always send a little GIF or something to just sort of soften the blow. But also on that note, don't always take that route. Remember, take risks and back yourself. Next, ask a question, but no, not a boring question about her life or how she's doing today or what she does for work. Like an offbeat random question that she wouldn't have maybe even ever been asked. It could be something that makes her laugh, gets her genuinely thinking, and encourages the conversation to flow naturally. But it could just be something random like, hey, what's your favorite Disney princess? Or what is your weirdest encounter with an animal?
What is your deal?
Now, those are super random and you're really only going to pull these out when you can't personalize. So remember at the start of the video, we said that you should always aim to personalize, but sometimes you just can't. Maybe her profile is completely blank. She has one photo, something like that. So this is when you'll pull out a question like that. And because they aren't accessing that part of their brain, that's just like factual and recounting like, oh, what did I do today? Or like, oh, what do I do for work? Instead, it really gets them thinking and they're like, that's a really offbeat question. And they're going to start answering in their head before they even reply. That's what you want your question to be. Even better is if you can personalize and ask a question at the same time. In Hook or Heart, we teach you exactly how to do that. Now that wraps it up for the Tinder opener do's, but remember there are so many Tinder opener don'ts. So make sure that you do watch that video after this. But if you're someone who's not even getting the chance to send openers because you're not getting matches, it's probably your profile that's the problem. On that note, you should go ahead and take our free quiz down below where you can upload photos of your profile, you can answer a series of questions, and myself and the team at Dude Hack will assess those and give you some personalized feedback. That will be the quickest way that you can make some instant changes, start getting some matches, and then practice these do's with your openers. Or if you're someone that just wants to cut to the chase and be part of the elite and know the exact way to send these openers, go through a bunch of different examples, see me doing it live, opening up the profiles, finding that cue, personalizing, and sending effective openers that get responses, then you have to go and check out Hook or Heart down in the description below. There is an introductory price offer that is not going to last too much longer, so check it out in the description below today. And if you have liked today's video, go ahead and press the thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing. But until next time guys, I'll see you later.